What's up, everybody? Here with Jared Dubin, aka Yaya Dubin of FiveThirtyEight, and more importantly, a Bruce Brown aficionado. All right, what is it you love about Bruce Brown?
He just makes stuff happen. Like, he's going to go out there, he can basically play guard, he can play center, he can play forward, he'll guard essentially 2 through 4, 1 through 4, I guess. You can use him as a short roller, you can use him as a ball handler. He's going to get on the floor. He's just going to make stuff happen, basically, is what it comes down to.
How much of it, your love for him, comes from your loyalty to your own college?
That's definitely how it started, but there are other players in the NBA that went to Miami that I don't feel as strongly about because they're not as good. But I think you saw the last couple seasons with the Nets, where just how well he messes, especially with star players, which obviously is what makes him a good fit for the Nuggets. The attention those guys draw allows him to do the things that he does really well, which is like make plays in space, and he'll help them make their job easier because he'll guard guys and he'll do the kind of stuff that stars not only don't want to do but shouldn't have to do. So that works out really well for him. So
he said one of the reasons he wanted to come to Denver is because he really loves Jokic, like he loves his game. Yeah. Does that surprise you, knowing the way he plays? Does it surprise you that he's a Jokic type?
No, not at all. Like, he's like, it's kind of like you would describe it as like a moocher, where he just like, he gets his success, particularly on offense, through the value that star players are able to provide and the easy shots that they're able to create for players like him. He's such a good cutter, he's such a good screener, he'll get out in transition, and he'll just do the kind of stuff that pays off when you have a guy like Jokic or like Durant or James Harden the last couple seasons that draws so much attention, and particularly when they're such a willing passer like Jokic is, which is why he made such a strong pick and roll combination with Harden a couple of years ago, to the point where they were like the most efficient pick and roll combination in the league from the time that Harden got traded there until the end of the regular season. And I think that they could do, you know, they love you running the Jokic-Murray pick and roll with Jokic as the ball handler. I think you could do something very similar with Brown. It won't be like a pick and pop like Murray, but, you know, the pick and short roll, and you can pick out those shooters. They traded for KCP, they got Michael Porter, Murray will be back. I think that would work really well for them.
What about Davon Reed? Do you have a Davon Reed take? He's a Miami guy.
Yeah, I mean, I like Davon. I think he's more of like a very back end of the rotation kind of guy. He's someone who can just like do a bunch of stuff pretty well. Like, he can defend pretty well, he can shoot pretty well. He's not going to really put the ball on the floor all that often, but he's not going to hurt you when he's on the floor, which is a lot more than you can say for a lot of back-end rotation players.
And what caliber defender, last one on Bruce Brown, what caliber defender do you think he can be for the Nuggets? They need him to be a lockdown guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are certain kind of guys that he can be locked down on, like smaller guys, because he can use his strength and his length on them. But you saw, for example, they put him on Jason Tatum in the first round last year, and he's not going to lock down that kind of guy, but he's going to make him work for every inch, make things really difficult for him, even if he doesn't, you know, shut that kind of guy down. He's going to make him work really hard and suck some of his energy out of him throughout the entire game.
That's Jared Dubin, FiveThirtyEight, and the big Bruce Brown believer. We got a good one, Denver.